Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Northeast Oklahoma and we are in search of the one and only gravesite of Ma Barker, the infamous 1930s matriarch mother of the Barker gang, Ma Barker. We're not only going to see her grave, but I believe her 4 sons, all criminals, are buried here as well. Let's jump into it. This is the Williams Timber Hill Cemetery, and it's kind of remote, Northeast Oklahoma. But when I got here, the parking lot was full, and I was like, what? No. Yes, there is a funeral happening today. Fortunately for us, it's kind of the opposite side. I don't know if you can see over there, but there's the tent. And Ma Barker and her sons are buried basically right behind this truck. Let's quickly discuss who Ma Barker was. Ma Barker, 1930s, very much in the same group as you would place Bonnie and Clyde, Depression era gangsters, maybe a victim of their times in a way. And if you don't know who Ma Barker was, there's a good chance you heard her name before. But if you don't know, she was the mother of 4 criminal sons: Herman, Lloyd, Arthur, and Fred Barker, who all robbed banks and kidnapped for ransom. And as I believe it, I haven't seen their graves yet. Like I said, it's down this way behind the truck, but I believe most of them, if not all of them, her and her sons are buried here. And despite her reputation, some historians actually believe that Ma Barker wasn't a criminal mastermind, but more so a mother who turned a blind eye to her son's crimes, taking the motherly approach, as you will. Now, just like Bonnie and Clyde, the Barker gang was one of the most feared rival gangs of the Depression era in the 1930s. Like I said, very close to Bonnie and Clyde, John Dillinger gang as well. It's funny that they're all grouped in the same era. So much so that the FBI labeled Ma Barker as one of the most vicious, most dangerous criminal minds of the last decade, the Depression era. Isn't that crazy? A loving mother, most vicious. Without further ado, let's go see the Barker gang's graves. Like I said, with the funeral going on, I'm thankful they are in the back, right here. The Barker gang is all in a row, and there's the shot. Wow. Never thought I'd see this. And here, if we look here, this is the family plot. Ma Barker and the boys. These look like footstones. Ma Kate Clark Barker, 1873 to 1935. She's laid to rest right there. Let's see if we start this way. It's interesting that Herman has this tombstone. I guess this must be the only original, because if you look at these look brand new. Here lies Herman Barker, October 30th, 1893 to August 29th, 1927. Looks like there's another one there. No name though. We saw Ma Barker. Arthur Raymond Barker, 1899 to 1939. It's right there. Fred George Barker, 1901 to 1935. And if you look at his death year, it's the same as Ma Barker's, and we'll talk about that. They both died together. But before we talk about that, let's go see the last one. George Elias Barker, 1859 to 19 41. There they are. The Barker gang. With Ma directly... I'm sorry, not in the middle. With Ma somewhat in the middle of the boys. Now on January 16th, 1935, Ma Barker and her son Fred were both killed in a 4-hour FBI shootout at a rented house in Florida. Fighting was so intense that more than 2,000 rounds were fired between the Barker gang and FBI agents. Now the crazy part here is when Ma Barker and Fred were both dead, the report came back that there was no weapons actually found on Ma Barker's body. So it's unclear still to this day if she actually participated in the shootout or not, or if it was she just happened to be there with Fred and the gang. So I'm here, the guy in the truck with me is Bob Clark, and he came over and we started talking about the Barker gang here, and he's just gonna fill us in a little. So Bob, what do we got going on?
Yeah, I've been taking care of this cemetery for about 30 years, and for all them years, these temporary markers was all that was placed. And about 2 years, through some donations of a funeral home and a couple things, is how they got the little markers put up for them. Okay. And for years, I will tell you this, and nobody's been able to prove it, for years, and they don't know how it's happened, every Memorial weekend and different times of the year, there'll be flowers placed on these graves, but nobody at this point even knows who's done it.
Holy cow.
There's never been record or anything of the sort.
Wow.
To know who, I'm sure there's got to be relatives around somewhere, but
yeah.
we don't know any of that.
Well, they were killed. She was killed in Florida, I believe, but she's from this area.
Yes,
okay.
yes, correct. And there was a movie made of this, and you probably know of the movie. I don't even know what it's called, but there was a movie made of the Barker gang situation. But
I know the Goonies, the 80s movie The Goonies.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie, but it's I was going to mention this in the video, so here you guys go. But if you've ever seen the Goonies, the mom and the two sons that are like the villains in the movie, that's based off of Ma Barker and the sons, and it's the actress who plays her in the movie kind of resembles her. So I'm sure most of you have seen the movie The Goonies. It's a classic 80s movie, but if you haven't, you might want to check it out. So just a little tidbit, but go ahead.
Yes, that's I mean, there's been different stories and stuff, but you of course don't know what's all total accurate, but and supposedly I think, and I don't have verification totally on that, I think Herman was placed somewhere else before he was finally placed here. But again, I don't have definite information on that.
Now, after their deaths, Ma and Fred Barker's bodies were unclaimed for years before being buried together here.
And I have heard something about that also, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Wish I could give you more info, but
no,
that's about all I know about it.
It's just, I'm glad that they're all, lined up together. That's an interesting story. Wow. That was very unexpected, but Bob, I very much appreciate you. Yeah, I was sitting over here filming. He's sitting in his truck watching me, and we just started talking. He said, "Yo, what's your YouTube channel?" I told him, and he's gonna look me up. And Bob, leave a comment, like I said, let me know you're watching. But yeah, he was very helpful with this and great information. And then I didn't get his name, but the guy who owns this, or I'm sorry, the funeral director, he was saying that this one, Herman Barker, this is the only original tombstone, and this was the only one that was here. I should have got him saying that on camera, but I didn't. So his is the only one that was here, and this was just an empty plot. So they didn't have headstones, or headstones, footstones, tombstones. But when that funeral director took over, he said they added all these markers here. Before we head out of here, on to our next adventure that I'm filming today. Say goodbye to Ma Barker. I think she still remains one of America's most controversial outlaw figures from the Depression era. Was she a criminal genius, or just a tragic mother caught up in her son's violent lives? The world may never know. But I know we're saying goodbye to the Barker gang. Wow, I was nervous when I got here because the funeral was going on. I didn't know what I was going to be able to do, but it ended up being a longer video than I thought. And we had a special guest on who works here and was able to tell us more about the Ma Barker gang's graves. So that was awesome. Anyway, y'all, if you like this video, thumbs it up. It helps more than you know. I appreciate you. And if you want to see more famous graves or dark history videos, I have tons in my playlist. Old West Outlaws, Depression era gangsters, Bonnie and Clyde stuff. Anyway, I'm going to drive on to the next town and film my next video today. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care, y'all. I appreciate you.